Hey everyone, JCS StarCraft here, bringing you Game 2 of the quarterfinals between Tarson and Naniwa for the Go4SC2 August final. Action getting started here on Steps of War. Naniwa currently up 1-0 against Tarson. Naniwa is the top seed right now. The Go4SC2 August final is all the something, yeah, it's a laugh or something else. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Some talk going on, possibly before the game was starting, and Tarson saying that he is just funny about something else. I'm not really sure what's going on. Kind of a little bit of trash talking going on beforehand. Naniwa probably not going to let it affect the game. Naniwa doesn't really trust him at that point. Anyways, I'm commentating on the comments and not quite as fun. But this is the opening of the game, and Tarson in the last game went for the Banshee Marine combination, which I have yet to see work. And I think Tarson's trying to ask... Good manners is GLHF and stop talking during the game. Tarson, I think, wasn't very pleased with something either during the game or in between the games. Not very pleased with Naniwa's behavior. And now Naniwa just asking him to, play the game straight and not talk during the game as well. So a little bit of unmanner, as they call it. Anyways, here we go. Naniwa going to be moving in, and I'm not sure if it was from the last game. I thought, Tarson GG'd. Maybe he was waiting for the GG from Naniwa, but just kind of left the game. I thought that was actually pretty close. And harassment going to be going down here. So pretty standard opening yet again. I'm curious to see if Tarson, I doubt he's going to go with the Marine Banshee build. And I've seen different incarnations of it. Almost never worked. Jimpo almost pulled it off in a recent, I think it was either the Go4SC2 or the Craft Cup, but he did really go with Mass Banshee against the Protoss forces, and it worked for a while until he was overrun eventually down in the end, and that's the closest I've actually seen it work. I've seen Muro try it against White Rust, still hasn't worked, and so this particular game, Tarson going to be spreading out the supply depot so that in case anything flies in or does any sort of damage, that he can see it pretty early, and going to be pumping out a Marine right now. Naniwa, I think, opting in the last game, surprisingly still was able to hold off Marine Banshee, even with the wrong combination of units. I would never imagine that massing Immortals would be a very effective way to combat, and so I think the Banshees, in Terran's favor, strangely, I would actually say Banshees might be a little bit imba against everything else, because I would imagine that Marine Banshee army versus Immortal Stalker, I would intuitively give it to Marine Banshee, but that did not happen last game at all, so something I don't know about the Immortals perhaps, or maybe the micro in that game just didn't work out well in Tarson's favor, and now the Marine's going to be running around until that first Stalker is going to come out for Naniwa. Is Naniwa going to opt for a fast expand yet again? I'm very curious about that. Going to keep an eye on his mineral count right now. And this probe is just coming out here and throwing down a proxy pylon. So might be seeing a few more warp gates coming in and doing a warp in proxy attack at this point. I'm not entirely sure. Just still doesn't have, is warp being researched? I'm sorry, my production tab is down, but warp is being researched. Still only one gateway at this point though. So Naniwa is going to establish himself there and is going to be holding down the front door. Meanwhile, it looks like Tarson is going 1-1-1 yet again, but this time might be swapping out. It looks like Banshees yet again for him. Didn't really work in the last game, but going to plow ahead and try to do it again. Does have a Hellion out for reinforcements right now. And here comes that Banshee attack again. Wow, so proxy Stargate from Naniwa, not going to be good news for Tarson. He does have a ton of Marines out there right now, but depending on the timing of it, it might not be good for him. Still streaming up Marines constantly, very good for Terran players to treat the barracks kind of like your orbital command. Never stop pumping SCVs and never stop pumping Marines out because they're so cheap, and in big groups they can be highly effective. So multiple gateways now coming down for Naniwa. And this proxy gate, the Void Ray, is going to be chrono boosted ahead. Tarson now trying to scout the map for something, trying to see what's going on. I think if Naniwa can really get 2 or 3 Void Rays, that would be much more effective. And just depending on the timing of it, if Tarson pushes out right now and is caught off guard and out of position, it's going to be a lot of trouble for him. Naniwa desperately wants to keep control of the watchtowers and deny any sort of scouting. Doesn't want to have his warp gate sighted right now. And now going to be massing all his units together right now. So this actually, if he pushes in with the Void Red, this could be a lot of trouble for Tarson, as Tarson is focusing on getting this Banshee in. And notices no fast expansion going down for his opponent this game. A Cloak being researched, the Raven is out right now. And random innocent little creatures on the field being destroyed by Naniwa. That Banshee is in the base right now and forcing Naniwa to retreat at this point. Is summoning in 2 Stalkers, warping in 2 Stalkers, and should be able to hold off that lone Banshee. But temporarily holding things off and kind of panic avoided, but is massing up those Void Rays right now. And this is going to be problematic for Tarson, as he doesn't have any medevacs. The Marines don't have stim. He's just right now researching stim. So if these Void Rays can get charged up, it's going to be that much harder for him. I think charging up on his own units right now, sacrificing the Zealot to get the charge going. I've seen Void Rays charge up on each other and just leaving that Zealot alive. Here comes those charged Void Rays coming in, and that bunker is going to fall incredibly quickly, trying to get the repair down. But once these charged Void Rays come in, they're just going to fry those Marines almost instantaneously. No stim able to be thrown down on them, and just a great push by Naniwa right now. Everything falling down for Tarson. Tarson just did not have the proper response, finally getting that reactor up on the starport. But great timing attack for Naniwa. Naniwa has to retreat because that Banshee was just constantly harassing at his base, but he is going all in at this point and really trying to keep his probes out of the line. Unfortunately, there is no response for the Void Rays in the air, so even if there is a base trade at this point, this Banshee is not going to be enough to take everything out. And now the probes are running back, so no all-in for Naniwa. He is able to recover, and unfortunately for Tarson, this looks like it's going to be game pretty soon. That Banshee is going to go down, and yes. So great attack, great strategy from Naniwa to really push in and catch his opponent off guard. This lone Banshee is going to try to take out this pylon, but it's going to be too little too late, as Naniwa now is mining yet again. And Tarson's desperately trying to run away. Does have enough minerals to start another base at this point, but I don't really see the point, as his whole base will be fried pretty darn soon. And just doesn't want to give up right now in this series. Might be a little bit miffed, that his opponent wasn't well mannered. And this Stargate is now unpowered at the moment, but everything going to go down in Tarson's base to these 2 Void Rays. And it looks like Command Center trying to build a command center here. I don't know why, but just GG's and kind of gives up on it right now too. So great game from Naniwa. He's going to be moving on to the semifinals and winning it 2-0. This has been JCS StarCraft. I'm signing off.